Erin Robinson.
Roblin.
Roblin.
Yeah.
What? Not son?
No, like goblin.
Erin Roblin. That's a cool last name. I like that. All right. What do you do, Erin?
I'm a tour manager.
Who are you tour manager for?
Lights.
Yeah.
I'm currently on Lights tour right now. I also tour manage Burton Cummings, if you know him. Canadian, another Canadian.
I'm noticing a trend with this camp that everybody is Canadian.
Yeah.
Besides one person.
Yeah, our LD is American, and a couple of the band members both have their green cards, so now they live in the States.
Yeah. Do you want to live in the States?
No, yeah, I like Canada.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where in Canada are you from?
Near Toronto.
Okay.
All my family lives nearby, so I like that. I like having them close.
Did you want to do this? Like, was this something like, I want to be on with bands and tour manager and be a puppet master?
That plan was never clear from the beginning. I think I always wanted to be in music in a capacity,
Sure.
but it's definitely not where I started.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of high school, I went into civil engineering, and I did that degree. Yeah, actually, I'm wearing my green civil engineering sweater right now.
Do you have a degree in civil engineering?
I do, yeah. Yeah.
So if this never doesn't work, you're like, you could go to civil.
I have a fallback, as they say.
I mean, dear God,
Yeah.
That's the best fallback I've ever heard of.
It's pretty good, yeah. But it just wasn't. It didn't feed my passion at all. Like I
guess everybody has their experimental phase. This could be your experimental phase.
Yeah, that was my rebellious phase, doing engineering. But yeah, I always liked music, and I was in bands in high school and university, and ended up, like when I was working in engineering after graduating, I was like, this is just not for me.
You went to college and then university,
Yeah.
and then graduated and then went to work for it, and then you're like...
Yeah, I worked for 3 years in transit, designing railways and project managing railway projects.
Okay, answer me honestly.
Mm-hmm.
How close is it to that roller coaster game?
Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Yes, is it pretty close to that?
I didn't actually play Roller Coaster Tycoon, but I imagine pretty
I don't know
similar.
if I can trust anything you say from here on
out. Why?
Because you're doing railways and you haven't, like, that's, in my mind, that's what I see you doing right now, is behind a computer playing that, and all of a sudden, like, you're being built.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of fun. Like, we use CAD and design, like, you get all the equations for the curvatures of the rails and stuff. It's a lot more of a process than Roller Coaster Tycoon. But
how do you know? You haven't played it, though? No.
I imagine.
This video is brought to you by Roller Coaster Tycoon, Topo Chico, and Nerf. Okay, so I have so many questions for you. What point were you like, screw the stability?
Basically.
I'm out. Like, was there a moment for you that was...
Yeah. It was a scary, pivotal moment, but 3 years into working in civil engineering, I had a band. We'd written an album. We had played shows and gone through releasing music and everything for the first time. It was really exciting, and I was kind of the manager of our band. And I was like, I love this so much more, and I'm so unhappy in engineering. So, I went to therapy. Therapy's great, and worked through everything I was feeling, and decided to take the dive. Everyone at my engineering company was like, you have a job here if you ever want to come back. They all thought I was gonna fail.
Well, that's nice of them,
Which
though.
it is very nice that they offered that. It was very sweet. I was like, I'm not coming back. I love you all, but I'm not coming back. You're all great. So I launched myself into an artist manager program to start, and then just kind of started offering services in the realm of tour management, merch.
Artist management program?
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
So there was a program offered by a local label that had it was called Canada's Music Incubator. They had another arm that kind of trained people in. At the time they had two programs. I think they're the same: artist manager and artist manager and artist entrepreneur. So you could enter it as like an artist who wanted to grow their career and like learn the ways of the music industry, how to release music and stuff. And then there was the other side where you could come in as an artist manager, like learn the skills of being an artist manager, and you could go in as an artist yourself, as a self-managed artist. Anyway, so I did that as
Is that like an accredited school?
No, it was like an 8-week program, and yeah, just kind of like a crash course on all things like publishing and booking and
Okay,
everything.
did you just dive into the deep end, or did you kind of like try some classes out while going to civil engineering, or?
No, well, because while I was in civil engineering, I was just doing the being the musician thing.
Yeah.
And then I planned, I think it was July. I was like, September I'm leaving and I'm starting this course. So I had it planned out that I was going to start as soon as I quit the job. But it was only an 8-week program and I didn't know what I was doing after that.
That's brave to do.
Yeah, it was hard.
That'd be terrifying. I'd be terrified without like something lined up outside of that.
Yeah, it was very scary, but I'm really glad I did it.
Okay, what happened after that? Like, you did the 8-week course, you graduate. Tell me about that gap to getting on tour.
Well, yeah, it was a little while. I made some friends in the course. I started helping one out with like grant writing and stuff to tie me over. He was kind of like paying me hourly to help out with his projects with other artists. I made a friend who was going on tour, so I tour managed them. But yeah, it was just a lot of like gig work in between until I connected with actually Lights' management team and did some work with them for a time. I was an artist manager as well on Lights' team, and then started tour managing her through being on her management team.
Okay, so artist management, the touring, I'm sure that other artist managements love you because you have a little bit of insight. Does that help with your tour managing, having that perspective from what a management wants on that side, or even with like negotiations of like trying to fight for your artists for stuff?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it definitely helps from the contract side of things to the publicity and everything, like understanding the whole artist career, like artist business full picture.
Yeah.
I think it's really valuable bringing that into just the tour management side of it. It's more a focused path, which I really like, but you have context that helps navigate everything while you're doing it.
Biggest misconception of artist management?
I don't know. The first thing that comes to mind is like that you book shows. And it can be that way if like it's a smaller band and like you have one person that's your manager and your booker and everything, but
little baby bands in a van type thing.
Yeah, I think that's just the most common misconception of like anyone in the industry working with artists, like, oh, you book all their shows.
Yeah.
That's a small one, but
okay, so what's your advice to bands that would like to get artist management or trying to get connected with those people? I'm sure you saw that.
Oh yeah, there's always like bands that are coming up that are trying to get.
And the bigger question is, do bands actually nowadays need it?
I think there's a lot that you can do for yourself for a long time before you need someone else. I hear that a lot too, and I think it's true. At a certain point, yes, it is helpful to have somebody help manage your business once it gets big enough and there's like, you can't be the contact for everybody. Once you have multiple partners, like booking agent and maybe like a sync deal or like a, legal teams and business managers and stuff like that. So it's nice to have somebody else that can kind of take all that on and do it for you, be your liaison while you focus on the art side of things.
I'm literally going through that stuff right now.
Yeah.
With what I'm doing, and it's been tough. I'm gonna probably have some more questions for you after this, because I mean, doing all of this has been quite the fiasco.
Right, like you trying to create your content while managing your like schedule.
Yeah,
and
while dealing with
bookings
sponsors and dealing with Live Nation and dealing with Claire and dealing with other TMs or PMs with it. When at the end of the day, like if I could just focus on creative and networking, if I could have somebody help with that. So if you know somebody, hit me up. But really, it's tough to try to do all that yourself. And even with this, it's like I don't know what I don't know, and I'm still trying to figure it out as I go. But it's been such a weird niche with this as well that I'm just kind of in a tough spot trying to figure that out. It's everybody's story with either a business or a band that they get to that point to where they probably need some help with it. But it's tough because, dear God, don't Google management or look it up in social media because everybody has an answer for that. Like, what's your advice to get through to legit management and not being taken advantage of, and good deals and bad deals? Do you have any much experience on that as a whole?
I find that kind of tricky. And I hated this answer, but I think it's true. I feel like the right people will come to you. I think once you're playing bigger gigs, you're getting noticed, and you are like attracting the attention of, or the necessity of, people like a booking agent, business management, and things like that. Like, you will get connected. It's a small network in the music industry, small world, and you will meet people through other, artist friends, or through your partners, like your agent or your business manager, your lawyer could connect you to.
So don't rush it.
Yeah, I think definitely don't Google artist manager and try to find somebody that way. And you can do a lot of it on your own until you get to the point where you can't. One other thing that I did as an artist, because I find sometimes when you are your own manager, people don't take you seriously. So I would email to book shows as somebody else. Like, I would just sign off as Barbara.
Yeah.
Manager.
Barbara.
Yeah. Erin would like this. Thank you, Barbara.
She's from over the pond.
Yeah. Yeah, she's
in the wardrobe in the spare room with Mr. Tumnus and the allegory Jesus lion.
So it's maybe a stepping stone.
Was it? Was it tough going to the TM side? Like, what was it like coming into it? Was there kind of like jumping into the cold end of the pool, for another weird water analogy?
A little bit. But I find
what was the biggest shock coming into it?
Jumping into a lot of different pools.
Yeah.
And just kind of embracing it. I think that was the most exciting shift I've made in my career, was being like, I want to tour manage. And Lights was my first bus tour, bigger tour, at the time that I was in on the management team side of things. So it was like, okay, this is scary. I haven't done a lot of this before, but I'm really excited. And that's when I knew that I really wanted to do that.
One of the questions, which are hard. What's your advice to people who want to go and be a tour manager? Because how the heck do you be a tour manager without actually being on tour? And nobody wants to hire a tour manager that doesn't have experience with touring. It's like, you don't want to buy a bus driver. You don't want to hire a bus driver without them actually driving a bus, but there's really not many schools that give you stamp, you're now a tour manager. Go forth and prosper.
Yeah. I think one, you can start with, if you've got friends that have smaller bands, are still kind of working their way up, start with van tours and stuff like that. Usually people will just trust their friends and bring them out because that's all they have available to them and can afford. And you might not get paid very much, but that's a good way to start out. That's how I started. And then I think also reaching out to other tour managers, maybe picking their brain. I think a lot of people are pretty willing to talk about their experience and give some advice and help lift other people up in the industry, especially for me, having younger women reach out to me. I'm like, yes, let's talk about this, and if you are really excited about that, then I want to help you get there. I had someone reach out recently asking to shadow at a show, so I'm going to bring them out to one of the shows on this
That's so cool.
Yeah, so she'll get some knowledge just by being around.
Yeah, I love that. It's a tough industry, and being on the road is very tough. You're gone a lot. You're away from family and friends, and I think most people see the glamour of the show and think that that's it. And in reality, there's such a small portion of everything that you do and that we do in this industry. So
totally.
In an industry that has been primarily male dominated for so long, how have you found it? How have you found your success with it, and how has it been for you going through all of this
Yeah.
and being on tour?
I think I'm fortunate to have gotten into the industry when the tides were already kind of turning. My influences when I first started out were actually like I saw a manager who was a woman, I saw a tour manager who was a woman, I saw another manager who was a woman.
Yeah.
I actually found myself at one of the, I started out selling merch for lights, and I found myself out at a restaurant with two of her female managers, her female tour manager, and me and lights. And I was like, this is awesome. But I think, yeah, people, maybe there have been like, I mean, maybe there has definitely been some attitude shift towards women working and being on the bus. I know that like it's still happening. Not everybody
Sure.
is like gung ho about having women on the bus, which I don't like those opinions.
Yeah.
But like, I'm fortunate to be working with people in a wide range of roles and from a wide range of ages who are very accepting and are just awesome champions for the whole team around us. So I feel very supported, and especially this camp, it's just awesome, the people who are around us.
What's your advice to other women being in a primarily male-dominated industry? What's your advice to that would love to maybe even get in this or a little bit timid about it?
I think just like, I mean, it's hard to say. Everyone's had their own experiences, and I don't want anyone to feel like uncomfortable, but like, I think a lot of women deal with imposter syndrome, and I think what's helped me a lot is just going in and we talked about this earlier, fake it till you make it. If you feel like you don't know or you're not experienced enough, you probably are. And just do it. Just try, because there's a lot of guys out there who just do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, just try and see where it gets you, and don't be afraid to speak up too. Like, if there's ever issues or you feel like you need support, everyone needs support at some time.
Yeah.
And,
so with that being on the road and the toughness with how do you stay grounded, and how do you keep that semblance of home when everything's changing all the time, or do you just kind of love the chaos and love everything?
Yeah, I mean, I love the chaos of the shows, being in a different place every day, being on my feet. I really think I thrive, like, you know, in an event setting where I'm running around all day.
Yeah.
But I try to make it a pattern to, you know, call my family as much as I can every day if I can. I have a partner at home, so, and he's not in this industry at all. So we try to stay connected, at least FaceTime as often as we can. I bring like a yoga mat on tour. I try to stretch, you know, meditate. I bring you know, the comforts of home with me as much as I can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Was it if you don't want to talk about this, just let me know. Was it tough for him to understand kind of this industry and what you're doing, or was it tough to kind of explain that? Because my wife's not in the industry either, and it's been, I mean, when we first started dating and when she first started seeing this, she didn't even know like there were speakers and like that. She just thought the sound, not the, you know,
where's it
she
come
just
from?
didn't, well, she just didn't know, and I can't blame her for that. But was it kind of tough for him to kind of understand like, you're gone and different? Because I relate it honestly a lot to military and to a deployment. Because you're gone a lot, you're away from your family a lot, and then when you come back, there's routines and stuff that happens that you're now kind of an outsider coming back and then getting reconnected with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How's that been for you with somebody who's not in the industry? It
just requires constant communication and checking in. I know it's hard for him. I find it's easier talking with people on tour. It's easier. It's not easy to be away from your loved ones, but we're so, like, when you're on tour, there's just so much happening at all times. Like, even on a day off, you're catching up on other things. So it's like you don't really notice how much time is passing when it does. But I think for people at home, it hits them maybe a little harder sometimes. So just making sure, like, reminding yourself to check in with those at home. It's really important. And I think it's interesting in my case because I've been with my partner for 12 years, and he knew me in civil engineering. So like he's seen a lot of different iterations of me and what I've done with my life. So like he's kind of learning as I'm learning.
Yeah.
So I find that maybe an advantage because we're navigating it all together.
Yeah. That's really cool. Huh. As a tour manager, what do you think are the top 3 things that you need? If nothing else, I need this, this, and this, other than your laptop.
Oh, that's an important one.
Yes, that's the easy one. Other than your laptop.
A phone.
You're cheating.
I need to say that though. Like,
yeah.
It's so many contacts in that phone.
Yeah.
You're emailing, you're phoning people all the time. Definitely a phone. Oh, I don't know. Besides the laptop.
Okay, let me ask this.
A sweet backpack with a lot of compartments for all your things.
All the stuff. You get a call to do a tour. What is the first thing you're doing? You've saw the rate, you've accepted it, you saw the band. Your first thing is now what?
I think before any of that, I'd ask for what's the routing, figure out what the tour actually looks like, what it would require. Is it a bus tour? Is it a van tour? Is it a fly tour? And then, yeah, ask what the rate is. Is it something I want to do?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do that. Everything's been accepted. It's all hunky-dory. What's your next step leading up to the tour? Is there any work you're doing beforehand with that?
Yeah, I mean, it depends what the artist team wants you to be involved in. Like, sometimes there's budgeting, but sometimes the managers do that part, and then you are given a budget, and you go ahead and book flights, book transportation, and all that, accommodation. So, yeah, either budgeting, figuring out the roadmap and what all the costs will be, or going ahead and executing on how to get from place to place.
One of the things I've heard is that the tour manager gets you to the venue, the production manager is from the door on with that. Would you agree with that, or would you say that it goes a little bit beyond?
I think it depends on the capacity of those roles, because I think depending on the camp, the level of the artist, that role kind of changes. Like some people are tour manager, production manager, and then the role separates at some point. But like on this, we've got a smaller camp, so I might be doing there's a bit of overlap. Anyway, so yeah, I think tour manager gets you to the room. There's a lot that goes on in the room as well that both people are doing, I think, in this case. And yeah, but definitely anything on stage. I don't have anything to do with that.
Okay, talk to me a little bit about this tour specifically. What do you do on this tour?
I have a lot of things.
Yeah?
That's really hard to summarize.
So what's the tour manager umbrella kind of like? Obviously, routes are already preset for it. I mean, I know there's
some consulting on that end, like once given the routing at first, like, okay, does this make sense? Can we switch things around?
Do TMs have much say on routing with it?
Depends. Yeah. I mean, some managers might reach out and ask for that input. Some are like, this is set, go. In this case, there were conversations and there were opportunities to maybe move things around. Yeah, and then from that point, figure out what the best means of transportation is.
Yeah.
Get someone on board to help book hotels. Some tour managers maybe book them all themselves. I work with a travel agent.
Do you prefer travel agent, or do you prefer booking them yourselves?
I prefer travel agent because there's some travel agents that like don't charge very much or charge nothing, and they just work off commissions, and they can take a lot of work off your plate. So I like that route. Is route Canadian? Route.
Route? I say route.
Okay.
Route? A boot?
Yeah. And then there's like the meat of it, which is reaching out to all of the venues and advancing all the shows, telling them this is what we need, this is what we're coming through with, and this is what schedule we would like. And then they tell us if it can all work or it's a conversation.
What is the biggest, like, when you're looking at different gigs and different opportunities, what is the biggest red flag? Is that you're like, this is going to be a nightmare? Or what are your no-goes?
Routing that's really hard, like trying to get from one side of the country to the next day. It's like a little sketchy. Sometimes you might not make that flight, and that show might not happen. But we do it. We try.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a hard no. It's a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Hard knows maybe if like the rate is super low and like people aren't, understanding what it requires to do that job. Not everything's about money though, so it's always, yeah, like do you have a relationship with the standing with the artist and you really want to work with them, or there's other, other factors that make you really want to do a tour. Money's not everything.
What band would you pay to tour manage for?
Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. The first band that came to mind was Blink-182.
That'd be cool.
I think that would be interesting.
It would.
Yeah.
If people want to follow you in your career, where can they follow you at?
I'm on LinkedIn, though I don't really use it that much. I feel like, I hate to say it, but Instagram is where a lot of people are these days.
Perfect.
I'm at Eroble, ERROBBLE, I think.
We'll put the link below.
Sure.
Thank you so much for hanging out and talking
Thank
with us.
you.
You're amazing.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Why isn't this working? This thing sucks. This gun sucks. No, you can shoot me again, dear God.
All right, let's go do a VIP.